If life on Earth had a soundtrack, it would probably sound something like this. But what if there was a planet where life had a death note? A world so alien to our own that its very existence depended on the absence of light? You might think such a place couldn't possibly exist, but you may be underestimating just how creative nature can be. In our solar system, light is the main ingredient for life as we know it. Photosynthesis, which is how plants make their food, converts light energy into chemical energy. And because we are mostly plants, or at least have plant cells inside us, we need light too. It lives deep in the dark depths of the ocean, has no eyes, and is completely white. But how could it capture light if it didn't have any light to capture? Of course, this is all speculation. We don't know if life could really evolve to survive like this. But if we were on a planet with much dimmer stars, things might be very different. Thanks for watching this CISO video, and thanks to our supporters for making it possible. Your support allows us to make the videos that we love, and we have tons more where that came from. So if you want to keep watching, just head over to our channel. Maybe one day we'll find a planet covered in creatures that glow in the dark. If we look hard enough, we just might find that there are many different kinds of life out there living in ways we never imagined. But the more we learn about strange life here on Earth, the more we realize that if there are planets out there with life, that life may not need sunlight to shine. Well, scientists theorize that there could be some kind of translucent organism that absorbs light and then gets eaten by other organisms that live deeper down in the darkness. This transparent creature absorbs chemicals from the surrounding water, including light-absorbing molecules that have been released by organisms that are closer to the surface. By hoovering up these molecules, the jellyfish can literally eat light indirectly. So it's no surprise that all life here seems to cluster around stars and the sun. The oceans would likely be filled with bizarre translucent creatures that use chemical energy instead of sunlight to power their ecosystems. Bioluminescence, the ability of an organism to produce light, could be widespread. Imagine an entire ocean full of glowing plants and animals, a living aurora. But planets around other stars may not have the same needs. There are plenty of stars out there that are much dimmer than our sun, casting feeble light on their planetary systems. In the habitable zone of this star, meaning that it's the right distance away for liquid water to exist on its surface, there could be an ocean, world similar to Earth, except that it would receive 1/10 the amount of light we do. Here on Earth, there are plenty of animals that don't need light to live, like giant tube worms that thrive around hydrothermal vents on the seafloor. They use chemicals from the vents to make their food and have no need for sunlight. For comparison, it would be like living 30,000 feet or 9,000 meters under the sea on Earth. And while these worlds may not be able to support life as we know it, they could support life as we don't know it. Take Kepler 186f, an extremely dim red dwarf star about 500 light years away. Life on such a planet would need to adapt to near darkness. On the surface, this may seem like a far-fetched fantasy, but it's actually pretty plausible. There's even one type of jellyfish that can survive without ever seeing a single ray of light. It's called the blind moon jellyfish. If life on a planet like Kepler 186f needed to find a way to survive without ever seeing a single ray of sunlight, it could do something similar. So an ecosystem powered by eating light could theoretically exist on a very dim planet. It's hard to imagine now because life here depends on it. And when it comes to space and the amazing things we find in it, there's always something more to explore.